All right, welcome to another video. Today we're talking about unrealistic inspections on both the buyer side and the seller side. All right, starting off, I want to give full disclosure. I always recommend an inspection done when you're purchasing a home. Even if you're selling a home, it's good to get a pre-inspection done. So I'm always recommending that. Please don't take this any other way than make sure you get an inspection when you're buying a home. Now, when we're talking about an unrealistic inspection, we're talking about an inspection report that comes back that has little things on it that really aren't going to kill a deal, that that are very low cost, and it's little things. I mean, we're talking about things less than $20 to fix. And when you look at what an inspector's job is, their job is to find things that are incorrect or wrong with the home, or potentially hazardous or life-threatening. So when we get a list like this, we're usually not surprised. It is the inspector's job to look and point out all of these things and put it on a list. So how do we deal with it when you're on the buyer side? So as a buyer, you hire an inspector, he goes into the home, and he's going to come back and give you this list of, basically a punch list of, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Now, in a market like we have now, where houses are selling very fast, we're having multiple offers, by taking that list and giving it right to the seller, you risk the chance of the seller just saying, hey, you know what, we're gonna walk away from this, we'll go deal with somebody that they're not gonna nitpick, and they're not gonna want to have us fix all of these things. So my suggestion and my recommendation to you as a buyer, when you get that list, look at the list and decide what are the things that are absolutely necessary to be done. Is there anything that is life-threatening? Is there anything that the house is going to cave in, or the furnace is not working at all, the hot water tank is completely broken? Look at those things. Those are actual issues with the home that need to be fixed. They need to be addressed before you move in. Now, if the home is move-in ready, everything is working, and there's just, there's a couple holes in the wall, or the receptacles are missing a plate, or we have just the room's a dark paint color or something like that. Obviously, think about those things. You may not like them, but is it worth losing the deal over? So keep that in mind when you're looking at that inspection report. Now, on the seller side, when a buyer brings you a report that came from their inspector, and it shows all these things on here, and it could be very overwhelming when you're looking at that list. So my suggestion to you, my recommendation, is to not get overwhelmed with the list. Do not freak out. Do not put your ego in front and just snap and say, forget it, don't do this. What you need to do is you need to look at the big picture. You are selling your home. You are going to get probably a big lump sum of money that is coming back to you. So do not gripe over little issues that could, you don't want to put the house back on the market. You don't want to go through the whole process again of getting another buyer, getting another inspector in there, when that inspection may come back even worse than the first one. So make sure, look at the list. Think to yourself, is this really worth losing a deal over? Because when you think about people and you think about people's emotions and feelings, the wrong thing said to somebody will just completely blow up a deal. So like I said, when you're looking at that list, make sure you think to yourself, hey, what is the big picture here? Is a $100 fix or a $50 fix really worth griping over? Now, if this is something where you need to replace a furnace, you need to replace a roof, obviously that is something that is a major cost, and you're going to want to have to think about a little bit more before you go and either say yes or no to that. But when you have little things on there, make sure you consult with your agent. They may have somebody that can fix these things for cheap, not a lot of money, and something that may be overwhelming to you may not actually be overwhelming in general. So keep that in mind. That's what you do with an unrealistic inspection on the seller side and on the buyer side. Once again, I always recommend an inspector when you're buying a home, and possibly when you're even selling a home. If you're concerned about it, you can always get a pre-inspection done. Inspectors are great people, and like I said, their job is to find the things that are wrong with a house. So when you talk about an unrealistic inspection, the unrealistic inspection comes from either the buyer that is saying, hey, we want all these little things fixed, and there's really no major concerns on there with the home, but they're, you know, nitpicking about maybe little holes in the wall here or there, or on the sell side where the seller's saying they're being completely unreasonable and they're saying, you know, we're not going to fix anything, even if it's a $25 fix. They're letting their emotion, they're letting their ego get in the way. So those are my suggestions for you, either on the buy side or the sell side. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we will bring you some more content as we do it. So thank you guys.